For more than a century, we were taught something simple about inheritance. You inherit your genes from your parents, like a biological recipe card passed from one generation to the next. Gregor Mendel, the father of genetics, helped build that foundation. But now, scientists at Johns Hopkins Medicine are revealing something astonishing. Some inherited traits may not follow Mendel's rules at all. And if that sounds like science fiction, it's because biology is often stranger than fiction. In this new laboratory study, researchers discovered that certain epigenetic patterns, chemical tags that sit on top of DNA, can sometimes be inherited in ways that defy traditional genetics, not changes to the DNA sequence itself, but changes in how genes behave. That distinction matters enormously, because your DNA is not a rigid instruction manual, it's more like a piano. Genes are the keys, epigenetics is the musician, and the environment, stress, sleep, food, toxins, exercise, trauma, love, loneliness may all influence the song being played. Imagine this, your grandfather experiences chronic stress, your mother grows up exposed to pollution, you spend years sleep-deprived, inflamed, overworked. The body remembers, not only through memories and habits, but potentially through biological signals layered onto the genome itself. That's what makes epigenetics so fascinating and frankly so personal, because aging may not simply be something that happens to us. It may be something continuously shaped by the dialogue between genes and environment. This is exactly why biological age testing is becoming one of the most important shifts in modern preventive health. Chronological age tells you how many birthdays you've had. Biological age tells you how your systems are actually functioning. That's where System Age by Generation Labs comes in. System Age uses epigenetic biomarkers, over 460 of them, to analyze how 19 different systems in the body are aging. Your brain, your immune system, your cardiovascular system, your metabolic health, even inflammatory regulation and tissue regeneration. This isn't fortune telling, it's biological pattern recognition, a snapshot of how your life is interacting with your genome right now. Here's the empowering part. Epigenetics appears to be dynamic, responsive, potentially modifiable. Exercise can influence methylation patterns. Nutrition can alter gene expression. Sleep affects cellular repair. Stress changes inflammatory signaling. And some compounds may influence these pathways as well. Research suggests substances like sulforaphane, omega-3 fatty acids, polyphenols, exercise-induced myokines, and even fasting-related pathways may interact with epigenetic regulation and healthy aging mechanisms. The genome is not a prison, it's more like a conversation, and lifestyle is part of the dialogue. Not everybody responds the same way to the same lifestyle. Some people thrive on endurance training, others respond better to resistance exercise. Certain SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms, may influence inflammation, detoxification, methylation, insulin sensitivity, or recovery capacity. Genes like MTHFR, FOXO3, APOE, and others may shape how we age and respond to environmental stressors. That's why personalization matters, and why one-size-fits-all wellness often fails. This new Johns Hopkins study reminds us that biology is far more fluid, adaptive, and interconnected than we once believed. You are not merely the product of inherited genes, you are also the product of inherited signals, lived experiences, environmental exposures, and daily choices. The remarkable thing is that your body is constantly responding, constantly adapting, constantly keeping score. The question is, what story is your biology telling right now? And perhaps more importantly, can you change the next chapter? Until next time, Peter Marino signing out.